I mean, how do these guys get a podcast? Can you just pick one up like you're ordering at Chipotle? Does guac cost extra? You listening to these guys? Aren't you embarrassed? But hey, you do you. Okay, this is Dave and Juan.
Big 2-0, episode 20. Who'd have thought?
Happy anniversary, homeboy.
That's right, man.
Yeah. Episode number 20. Hi, everybody. How you doing? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Number 20. 20. That seems... I guess it's a good sign. I don't feel like we've done 20 of these things.
No.
You know?
No. Yeah, I don't know that I'd have done 20 weeks of something consistently.
No. And I got to be honest.
In a number of years.
Man, listen.
Or maybe ever.
I will tell you, and this is not a lie. If somebody was paying me to do this, I'd have quit by now. Because it's fun. Now, I would say that it's fun. I do it because it's fun and there's no pressure, and it's just you do it. But yeah, to be like, no, man, you got to commit and you got to do it. And even though people don't realize it's like, yeah, it's fun talking and cutting it up, but deadlines are deadlines,
Right,
and then when you got actual work and stuff to do, like today. All right. So today I'm having to do, I shouldn't say having, it's an honor and a privilege to have work, but I was doing, actual work things that involved this mic and things. And so other types of podcasts,
and wearing a nice shirt.
Yeah, you would think. You made that comment when I came on. I said, this is called It's Clean and It's in the Closet. And I'll talk to you a little bit about why I might go through all my shirts in the next week waiting on something. But so I'm doing these other, for money things. and it's you ever have one of those days? I know you've done voiceover work, and what I'm doing is not voiceover work at all. It's just me, pontificating on things, and it's usually it's always for these things. It's always I have a script, so it's I know what you can't ramble on these things. They got to be 5 minutes, and you just get to the point, and you just get and you get stuck. Like you get stuck on certain words.
Yeah,
and people don't realize, or some people don't realize, there are words that are easy to read and sentences that are easy to read, but not to speak, you don't know it until you don't know you got a tongue twister or just something that your body for some reason refuses to be able to say.
And then once you struggle to say it, you're going to overthink it and struggle.
And especially when it starts off, beginning, and there are tricks of editing and stuff, and you do it in segments and stuff. But
Frankenstein it together.
Oh man, well, but you have to, and then you learn over time that you basically do it in 20 and 30-second clips. I mean, it's insanity to try to think you're going to go through a 5-minute thing without messing up. But today I was stuck on what was it I was saying? It's happy. Oh yeah. Happy to be back with you. Right? I can say it now. Happy to be back with you. But when you hey everybody, happy to be back. Happy to be back. Stop.
It's a double B. Be back.
Happy that, and there was some word, and I'm not gonna be able to think of it now. That's pretty common word, and I've just got to myself now that I just take it out. I just what? I'm not gonna fight with this word.
I'm glad to be here.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dave. Let's start.
Yeah. I've been here before.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be here again.
Let's do away with the obligatory. I'm happy to be back with you. Happy to be back. Anyway, but so doing that, and I was thinking, that's one of the things I do appreciate about this nonsense we do. Mess up,
we
dude.
mispronounce it. It's
messing up is on brand. That's what they say. Even regardless of whether or not they think we have accents, which is funny. I ran into that this week. This guy, I'm not gonna give his name. Maybe I will later on, just for business, because I like him a lot. He's a really good dude that does some handiwork. And he was recommended by a good friend of mine who uses them. And just one of these guys, one of these true Cajun dudes that just I'm not even exactly sure where he worked before, but the guy can just do stuff. He fixes things. He has carpentry. I think he does a little bit of electrical work. And I probably won't give his name in case he's not licensed, because I don't want right. But that guy, right? That guy, the kind of guy that, and honest.
Everybody needs a friend like that,
man. Or you pay him. I mean, I call him. It's work stuff, but good dude. Trust him. And but it's funny. I was realizing this week, that dude's got a legit accent, legit, to the point of I rarely catch myself struggling to stay with and follow, a good old down the body boy.
You got to watch him say it to understand it.
You almost look, man. It's beyond what, when people clown around pretending, Cajun, that you hear this guy, and to the point of he's kind of explaining some stuff to me, and I feel embarrassed as all get out to say, "Bruh, what was? I got to buy a vowel. I got to buy a vowel on that."
Put an H behind one of those T's.
Yeah, but awesome dude. Just a totally, awesome guy. But I was laughing about, okay. If that's the gold standard that people talk about, you don't sound like you're from the Bay. Well, okay,
yeah, maybe not.
Is it flooded down there? I mean, is it? What's going on?
Be,
dude?
Rain freaking stop. And every day, and it's not just, not just a shower. It's, just a washout. I said years ago, living here in the Houston area, sometime in the last 10 years. It's just like I said, I can't believe this is our 20th time doing this. I have lost concept of, was that a year ago or 10 years ago? It really, right? You just get to that point of sometime. We went through a major drought. I mean, like epic. My kids were still in Scouts. So I remember that because, when you go camp out, you couldn't burn anything. It just wow. just horrendous drought in Texas. Like 200-year-old trees dying and stuff. That stuff, wow. Right? Yeah. And I remember back then saying, I will never complain about rain again, ever. Never complain about rain again. And then we got Hurricane Harvey. I got 5 feet of rain on my house. Didn't complain. But I'm getting old. I was complaining this week. Like, man, I'm waiting for moss to start growing on the side of the house. It's like nothing dries. It's incredible. And we got more to. I got a crew coming tomorrow morning to trim my trees, which is it ought to be. I don't know. I guess they do. They probably would. I don't know. I don't think they can. Yard crews were. Look, you can tell, right? You can tell people, look, if I ain't working, I ain't getting paid. Yeah.
Like, you can be storming. It can be the nastiest day you've ever seen, pouring down rain. 12 seconds after that rain stops, you hear the crews.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Weed eating with the, wet grass all over their legs.
Oh, hey, getting paid, man. Getting paid. Same thing.
I drove up at work this morning and saw a guy cutting, or the crew was finishing the property next to my office. And this was, at 8:00, but there was a guy running a blower on one of those little things that teenagers have, I guess, teenagers, the hoverboard thing, just
really
wheeling around. I said, hey man, props to you, dude.
And getting it done. Yeah. So I'll be curious. I'll get some pictures if they are able, because I know we have rain tomorrow, but I hardly can watch these guys. They get up in the trees.
Mm-mm.
Dude, and I've got like five pretty mature oaks around the front and side of the house, and I got a big old pecan tree back here, and that's what they're doing. And I can't. It's that and roofers. I can't watch when anybody's working on
roofing. I could never do that.
These guys are. I mean, the tree guys are different. The tree guys are up there, and they got ropes tied off, and they got chainsaws. Yeah. That's the one that gets me. Guys hanging onto a branch, got a rope around their waist.
you know, and then I always try to figure out, okay, what's the pecking order here? What's the worst job? The guy doing that or the guy down there, you know, trying
holding
to
the rope so he doesn't fall.
Trying to dodge it, you know, but no, I admire what they do, but they're coming to do that and hopefully they won't float away. That's the other thing with all this rain. We were kind of kidding about it before. I got to get rid of the neighborhood. What is it? Next door. I don't have the app on my phone, you know, the next door thing, but I do get the email, right? I never got off the email list. I think you froze. You froze. Dun, dun, dun. Tap if you can hear me, Juan. This is good. I guess this is going to be an edit. We'll edit this. Oh man. All right. Let's see. Connect your audio.
All right.
I don't have video on you. I got it.
Yeah.
When did I cut
I
out?
freeze on your end?
Oh yeah.
I was joking. I said, because this is what you look like on my end.
Oh, dude, we're just staring at each other. All right. I'll go back later and figure.
You're frozen.
We'll go
really frozen. I said, man, you're like a block of ice.
And I'm talking to you. So I'll be curious to see which end recorded that.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody's frozen. Well, and we're back.
Yeah. On my end, you froze when you were talking about the pecking order of the tree workers.
Okay, well that must have been when we cut out, but we'll go back and see later. We ain't stopping it. Roll tape.
That's right, man.
Roll tape.
Mispronounced words have technical
we got big reel to reels and man, we ain't stopping for that.
We got razors to cut the tape.
Dude, I know a little tape.
Stuff.
It's crazy stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna see. But I also started to talk about I got to get rid of the neighborhood, the next door app. You got to be kidding me.
We had something here, all over national news in Baton Rouge this week because there's some thing in the mall. It's like a zoo thing or an aquarium thing. I don't know.
I'm not up to speed on it, but I know our buddy Rick. I know our buddy Rick with his TV station
Channel 9 here,
commented on that. Yeah.
It's so there's a 12-foot python in the thing that somehow got out of its cage and was missing, and a little curious, but not a reason to panic. It's in a wide open space in a mall. But they interviewed people on the news the other night, a guy who's working at the mall. I'm really in fear for my life. And it's like, fear for your life? What do you think? I mean, the snake's going to crawl up behind you while you're in line at the ice cream stand?
Dude, if you are that dumb, you got you got way more dangers to your survival than a random snake in a mall. I thought about you during the week because I almost felt jinxed because we were joking last time about bringing stuff back, right? You shared your story about
I used it one time.
Yeah, whatever. But you're that guy that buys something, unboxes it, uses it. But so help me. So back around the bad freeze, right? We had that really terrible freeze, whatever it was, months ago. It's hard to get generators, I've had one forever, and it froze. Thing never gave me a lick of trouble before. Wouldn't start, it froze. So, and I'm that kind. I'm like, well, okay, it's probably could be easily fixed, but time for a new generator anyway. So I bought a new generator, and I've had it, and I was in a hurry to get it. I had to get it. Home Depot, wherever, and I got it ordered. Man, I had to get it now. Well, it sat in a box in the garage 5 months. I don't know how long we've had it. And finally, this past weekend, decided it may be a good idea. Hurricane season is upon us. Be a good idea to take it out and get it. And then my wife, bless her, she knows I'm not the best with putting stuff together like that. I don't like instructions. I don't like, because they're usually terrible. So she comes, she helps. Her brain sees things differently than mine, which is great.
Well, first of all, it's in 17 different languages. And
don't put
yeah,
a picture if the picture does no good at all. Like
Right,
random, okay. But yeah, it's terrible. And we had a big color guy with pictures, and I was thinking it's gonna be easy. They had big old color pictures. The pictures were the most useless. It's if you can imagine, it's almost I'm tightening something with my hand blocking the. That's how
yeah.
bad this was. Exactly. That's how bad these instructions were. But once I start unboxing the thing, I realized this thing's been returned, man. This thing,
Maybe it was put together for you.
no, bro, it was there's some big time scratches on one side of it and a big dent
I hate
in the.
people like do that.
Yeah, I hate when people. And one of the braces that's supposed to be in there, like some wood brace that they have instructions to take off. I ain't got no wood brace. Well, I got this So I kept thinking, putting this thing together, it's gonna, if it doesn't start, I got issues. But actually, we eventually got it there. It started. I'm like, I don't care. It's dented. I don't care as long as it works. And I think if I went back to Home Depot now, they'd be like,
5 months later.
yeah, Mr. Martin, how long you been running? But anyway, so that was that. But yeah, I don't know how you are, what your patience level is putting stuff together.
I'm not, if not from instructions. Now I can deal with stuff from YouTube. I'm still amazed at what you can find.
If you find the right ones, there's usually a lot of good stuff, and usually it'll bubble up. You'll find the one with a ton of views, because you can also get into a YouTube video where you're a few minutes in saying, okay, this fool,
ain't me. Yeah.
I don't even know if this guy's going to, if it's a 20-something minute video, how much of this is you talking about stuff?
Yeah.
I don't need to watch you open the box, bro. I got that part down. I can open the box. I can,
Yeah. Well, I watched one over the weekend because I finally finished my floor. And to do the flooring under the refrigerator, I had to move the refrigerator. And to get the refrigerator all the way out, I basically had to take the doors totally off.
That's always
so.
Fun. That's nice.
Nothing I've ever done. But then,
Oh, you had never taken doors off a fridge? I've done that. I've done that. Yeah.
So.
And he locked up again.
Trick was, okay, do I try to hurry up and finish the floor in that spot?
Hang on, you're locking. I don't know if you can hear me.
On.
Hang on a sec. Hang on.
Yeah.
We're gonna. So I've taken a door off.
Yeah, I had not. I've done refrigerator repairs from YouTube. But this thing, it's like, okay, do I put the doors back on while I'm working on the floor so I can turn the refrigerator on?
Oh yeah.
And then I got to screw that. We just plugged it back in and just let it cool with no doors.
With the doors
It's like you turn the AC up and it's chilly in here.
Do you does yours have an alarm that tells you when it's on? Like if you leave your door open and you don't have a beep or something that happens?
No,
we got that nonsense.
So
I guess it makes sense.
Pull the water holes out and all that stuff.
Oh, I know. I hate it. And what I find is with all these things, it's impossible or near impossible to do it the first time. Now, the second time you could do it in 5 minutes. Like the generator we put together.
Yeah.
If I had to do another one, now granted that goes away too. If like in a week I won't remember any of it. But as soon as you finally get one when you fight with it, oh, okay. And thankfully, so my wife helps me. She often saves me from myself with a lot of these things. But this time, God bless her. There was when you put it on, you have to put on one side is the legs and one side is where the wheels are.
The wheels, yeah.
And it's literally hard to figure out, okay, which one's which. And we're looking at the picture and I just let her make the call. And it just made everything too hard. The bolts are all just everything.
Yeah, it's not,
it shouldn't take me 15 minutes. It shouldn't take 15 minutes.
I've done stuff where it's like I've got to position myself in the picture in the right
100%. Yeah.
Right. So
but she's there and she's giving me instructions and we got it. And I'm just pouring sweat in the garage. I got it. And then once I got the wheels on and the whatever on, don't look right. It was wrong. It was opposite.
The wheels and the legs.
Yeah. And this one's like, and I could have probably done the same thing, but it's always weird. You get a little bit, it's, you're not glad it happened, but it's a little bit like, I'm glad you told me to do that. I'm glad. I'm glad it wasn't me that said this is here, because you'd be mad at me to wait on me right now to have to undo all these things. But yeah, it's good because she knows I'll lose my patience. I get to the point of I don't need this. Return it, or don't return it. Just leave it in a box forever. If I ever need it really bad, we'll come back and put it together. I
figure it out when your power's out and you got nothing else to do.
I get frustrated, but I'm somewhere along the way, I just got to that point of, if there is assembly available, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. How much it costs? Hey, it's usually worth it. Like when I buy barbecue pits now, I've put together more than one barbecue pit. Have you ever put together a gas grill?
Yeah.
You would think it'd be easier than it is.
No.
It ain't. And then you start playing around with that stuff and thinking, this stuff could explode.
Right. And then it never looks like it's going to burn right.
And you've actually exploded one before.
Exploded them, you know.
We're joking about refrigerator, you having to move it and stuff like that. And again, striking a nerve with me, stuff starts breaking. So it looks like our washing machine is not working. Now, it fills up, it does that stuff, but it's one of these fancy, idiotic.
The front end load.
No, it's not front. No, we're not that fancy. I mean, come on, give me a break. But it's all the electronic stuff, and I hate high efficiency. Oh my God. I hate high efficiency washing machines.
High efficiency means it's not going to burn a lot of electricity, but it ain't efficient for you.
Well, the ones we have, I think it's more for water. I think it's because everything takes so long. And when we were growing up, you could watch the old washing machines.
Like 15 minutes is water.
Maybe, dude. The short cycle on this machine is 40, 45 minutes. Gosh. A normal load is an hour plus. And it's just a lot of, and you look at even then there's a reason that the lid is very dark, because they don't want you to be able to look down. They don't want you to be able to look down there and say, that stuff ain't getting clean. Like it's barely moving.
Yeah. We had the front end for a while. Because we bought it because that's cool. Let's get
Rockefeller. And you brought it back after you used it one time. Boom.
Now it broke, and I had to change the pump on it a couple of times, and I got tired of doing it. But
you're a man. I wouldn't change.
It was to the point where you, like you said, you look in through the door, and I'm sitting there saying, "Is this even working?" I don't see any soap. Yeah, because there's not enough water to make what you're accustomed to seeing.
The thing that I started getting we've had it for a few years, and I guess it cleans stuff, but it drives me crazy. But you can have a folded up piece of paper in your pocket. You can still read it. Yeah. A good washing machine, will destroy any paper you got. I mean, the dollar bills will come out of it.
Ever putting it in there.
Yeah, dollar bills will come out of it because, little known fact. Actually, it's a massively known fact, but nobody, that's not paper. Dollar bills, it's like it's a material. It's not paper. It's called paper. It's not. Right? You ever when you were a kid, you freak you out that you'd like wash and dry, like a $5 bill. Like, nice. Look at that. It's crispy. It's nice. But no, hate. And so we're going through that process now. And my wife, because she knows, I don't care. I care, but I don't care. Get whatever we're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it because if I do it, there's going to be something wrong with it. That it may be wrong, but and I don't want to hear that forever, right? Because good. If we keep it for 10 years, and it's missing something or something wrong, I'm going to hear 100 times over the next 10 years. You really should have read, or you really, so not worth it. So whatever, get it. And my only request was, can you find anything that has not high efficiency? I'm begging. Like, I would pay double. I'd pay $2,000 for a working condition 1985 Maytag. Like my mom, in my mom's house, in fact, she had bought a new washing machine a while back and traded, I think, with one of my sisters, because she wanted, get me.
You want to get the old one?
Yes. Give me one that fills up with water. That's how we clean stuff. We've been doing it this way forever. Something that swishes, and right, and you can soak,
but because you just open the lid and it stops.
And you can open the lid, and you can drop. Oh, I dropped a sock. I can open the lid and drop a sock in. Not on the machine I got. That's some kind of airtight click and
locks it.
Insanity. So anyway, we're we're going through that, and it just all of it drives me crazy because I have a freezer in my garage. I guarantee you it's 25 years old. Wasn't even mine. It's probably older than that. I always wanted, we have everything here, and I wanted to put a freezer in the garage just because I'm Cajun. We always grew up with a freezer. You had a separate freezer. My wife, that she didn't want. I don't know why I didn't want. And then my neighbor, shout out to Guy. He doesn't live here anymore. My neighbor Guy, dude, it was at least 15 years, maybe longer ago. For some reason, his wife got tired of this old freezer he had. No, regular box, white stand-up freezer.
Yeah.
And he just says, Dave, you want a freezer? Do I want a freezer?
Come on.
Bruh, I'm a Cajun. I'm going to go borrow a dolly, and I'll be at your house.
I'm there now.
Oh, look, don't get rid of that freezer. And that's what my wife let me get a freezer because somebody literally gave it.
Yeah.
And I cleared out a spot and put it in the garage. Dude, that thing's been running non-stop for it's at least 15, maybe 20 years. And I don't know how long he had it. That thing has probably been left open 10 different times where it could have easily burned out. You know what I'm saying? They built stuff back in the day to last.
Yeah. Easy to repair if something goes wrong with it.
I'm bad, but exactly. Love that freezer. And it's not even a self defrosting deal. So like, once a year, and you know what? In living here in Houston, it takes about 90 minutes to defrost the freezer, dude. Throw the stuff in an ice chest, open the door, unplug it, come back in 90 minutes, wipe it down. It's done. Right. That's, if I ever build my own house, cause I never built a house. We bought homes and stuff and we kind of remodeled. I want old toilets. I want like refurbished good old days. How many ever gallons, give me a 12-gallon tank. Give me
like flush it once as opposed to flush it.
We got tons of water. 100%. 100%. I want old toilets. I want old appliances. Again, refurbished if they had to, rig it up. I mean, back when they built stuff, when there was it's supposed to last.
We had one in our old house. It was sat in the garage, and we kept it until it tripped a breaker one time, and I didn't notice, and there was a turkey in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so it made it nice and ripe.
The aroma.
And you tried to clean it out, you tried to air it out. Anytime you'd open the door, the garage would smell for 3 days. And so we finally, Joey, made me get rid of it. And we put it out by the road, and she put it on something on Craigslist and said, it works. It's got a bad smell in it, and you can have the beer in it. And in about 10 minutes, somebody was there picking it up.
Oh, here, man. I one time, and again, it stages 10 years ago, longer than that. We had a trampoline, and you keep it back there, and we had the netting all around it, and eventually it gets to the point where the kids ain't jumping on the trampoline anymore. I got this big, and it's a pain in the butt to have to mow the lawn,
move it, to cut the grass.
And then the net started. After time, I got tired of but I was actually proud of myself because one of my grandfathers built. He made trawl nets. He made and repaired trawl nets for a living his entire life. So I always felt like I was channeling him when I would.
I thought you were going to say you had a trawl net.
No, when I would repair the net. I did so many patches on this stupid net, but eventually like, okay, good. We can finally get rid of it. So I started, and now that's a lot of metal. There's a lot of metal in a trampoline, from the springs to the tubes and
all the posts. Yeah.
And I started taking it down, and this was like a random day. This wasn't and I started bringing it to the street. Yeah. I guess trash was going to pass the next day. And man, look, you got these guys, they go around and there's metal. They just, it's like land sharks. They're out there picking up, and the guy pulled up and he's, you getting rid of this? No, I'm putting a bag of springs here. I just thought this would look good. I like when I pull into my driveway. I just thought I didn't say that. I thought that. I was like, no, yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. So he starts loading stuff up, and then I went to made another load, and they're still there. And then it dawns on me, yo, bro, Y'all come in the backyard. Like,
He's waiting.
what am I doing?
Yeah, I tell you what, you take it down, you can have it.
It's like, I'm saying, man, the heck am I doing? Y'all, I've done that a lot, man. That's actually a great way to get rid of things is hire somebody to do something else.
And give it to you.
It's happened twice. So we had, I had an air hockey machine, a big one. I'm talking about the kind that you see in bars back when you saw those things in bars. I mean, and again, things you buy, you think the kids are going to like.
Yeah.
Kids like it for 5 minutes. Everybody that comes over in the game room upstairs would be like, oh, because it just looks cool. It ain't a little play. It was a 2-person side by side is big in air hockey
competition size,
dude. Yeah. Automatic scoring. It was, and it weighed a ton. And we had, I forget how we got it. I had 2 other guys help me. We assembled it upstairs, but just getting the parts up here was ridiculous. And got to the point, I want to get rid of this thing. Man, I don't think I have enough friends to get this thing out of here. And so I was, one day I had something else going on upstairs. We had some like a little gym we had put in, and I had some guys assembling that. And one of them walks by and they were talking in Spanish actually. And I can't do the Spanish, and I could tell they were talking about the hockey table. I was like, ding. And I walked over to the guy in charge and said, oh yeah, they're saying they really like you. They like that you want it. And it was so funny because, again, I can't speak Spanish, but he turned around to these guys and whatever, and they turned around like, huh? They were kidding. Like, yeah, take it.
Yeah,
If you can get it out of here, man, those guys are motivated to finish the job they were on, and then took that thing. In fact, and I mean, it would weigh a ton, and they even put like a gouge in my sheetrock on the way down. Didn't even care. Wasn't even mad. Like no problem. I got that sheetrock. I can handle. Get this monstrosity, and they were happy as all get out, man.
Yeah, I've done that when we were moving years ago. Had a handyman who was just helping fix things up, and just like you said, there was stuff. It's like, God, what am I gonna do with this? What am I gonna do with this? And it's hey, you want that? Really? Yeah, you take it. You get it out of here. You can have it. Paddle boat. Yeah, I'll take that. So
I did that with an aquarium. Again, my kids, younger. My oldest, I forget how old he was, but he wasn't very old. What do you want for Christmas? And he always had the simplest. If my youngest gave you the Christmas list, you had to get a second mortgage. I mean, he wanted everything and expensive stuff. My oldest, he wanted a goldfish. That's what he asked for. He asked for a goldfish for Christmas. Yeah, okay. So we can't just get a goldfish. So we got a big aquarium.
Yeah.
And a stand. And they're not that expensive, but it's a few $100s. But okay, we got
it's an
effort. Big. I don't know if it's 55 gallon. It was big. Mm. It's big. And then it's like, where are we going to put it? Can't put it in his room. So it ends up being downstairs, sort of in the breakfast area. And aquariums are always one of those things, right? Aquariums, man, they sound like a great idea. You love somebody else's aquarium.
Yeah, then you got to clean it.
Oh, man. And I've had them before. But at least it's what the kids want. Dude.
They wanted it for a minute.
You could have had, they weren't looking at those fish. So all of a sudden it's something else to take care of. And we'd go places and we'd go on trips, whatever. And I'd have to get the automatic fish feeders and right. All this nonsense. And it just finally got to the point of, we had it for a few years. Man, I got to get rid of this thing. But I got a heart. I with animals, I will not, it's going to be natural life with a fish. You can't give fish, I was like, man.
Not going to flush them alive.
No. And we had like 3 or 4 left, and one had been there a long time. And I'm like, and we were having some remodeling done downstairs for something. Same thing, dude. Some young guy, youngest guy on the crew. He's walking by. He's looking at the feed. He's looking at the aquarium, and
you want that?
Oh, and he was saying something about I like that one. And I'm like, you want it, dude? And it's so funny. It's people's reactions are always like, yours. And man, we gave him, good grief. It was a stand. It was an aquarium.
Yeah, to get it out.
I had I forget what it was. It was something else that I spent. It might have been $75, $100 on some other piece of equipment. I mean, everything, the filters, the vacuums, Yeah, set him up. Like his present was much better than my kid's Christmas present the time he got it. I'll never forget that. He, they loaded it up in their van, trying to be careful. Like it was great. So I like it. I like in my mind to imagine that those fish went off and lived that happy.
That's right, man. They're good. They're still alive. They're big.
They're on the farm.
My youngest son had a betta fish one time.
Oh yeah.
One of these days, I'm going to take 2 betta fish and put it in the same bowl and see just what.
Don't do that. That's kind of cool.
So,
they bow up on themselves. You put the mirror up against the.
No, I heard about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bettas want to fight. They want to fight.
Anyway, he was young, and the fish's name was Doug, and it was a blue betta fish, and
most of them always
tell about close to being the end of time for the fish. So when I'd recognize that, I'd run over to Walmart and get another one. And at night I'd switch them out. And I just remember one morning he woke up and saw the new fish.
Hang on. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you. You're going down that path again that I'm going to have to hit my head on the desk one more time.
I didn't kill it. It died naturally. I could tell it was going to die, so I'd have another one waiting.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's a happier.
No.
So you had a standby fish?
Right. I had a standby so I could replace it for him and he wouldn't notice. He was young. And so one morning,
not very observant. Okay.
he woke up and he says, "Man, Doug got shiny during the night." Yeah.
Doug got shiny.
I think I got him some new food or something.
Doug's been working out.
But yeah, so we did that for a few years, man. And then I just didn't care anymore.
Eventually, yeah.
Once it died, it would die.
Doug is immortal.
You talk about your kids being different at Christmas. I got the same thing with my boys.
You got to be careful how you say that, Juan, because if you just say, my kids are different, that doesn't sound good. That's sort of like an excuse you make when you walk in and, hey, y'all, look, my kids are different. They're just different.
Not in a special way.
Yeah.
They're different from each other. But for Christmas, my older son, who are here downstairs, he'll give you a list of, here's some secondhand clothes from Etsy. And if even if it were secondhand and it had any kind of, name brand logo on it, forget that.
Oh no, can't have that.
Yeah, my younger son will send you a list, and the first thing on the list says name brand is very important.
That's good. I look exactly 2 different.
Yeah,
same house,
same parents.
I don't know. It's weird. I crossed over there like my kids. I guess it's to their credit. Both of them don't care. I don't think they care, and they're men now, so it's never, and I go by this because my thing has always been, I've always known, when they were younger, what's in their closets because we bought it all, and you spend and you buy, and it's weird. You're like, okay, what's hip? What's this? What's that? So you buy. They never ask for it ever, but we go. Like, okay, well, that's what are the people wearing there? What are young people? Whatever. So it's all this ridiculous and for the most part, most of them they're both like, well, one, he has his 3 favorite shirts.
That's all he needs, man.
That's all you'd see. and he's kind of kept that habit his entire life. I mean, he's a senior in college, and I know the clothes he has. We helped him, move and stuff. And I promise you, he owns, and this is no exaggeration, 70 wearable shirts in his closet right now. Easy. And that's not even the long sleeve stuff. Yeah. Like that's just over time. He'll come back from college doing laundry. It's the same. And some of them are free shirts they gave him at school. Right.
Yeah. It's comfy, man. It's comfy.
And then the other one just wears whatever's on top of the drawer or whatever is in front of the closet. There's like very little thought to whatever's
it's like
in
accounting. It's last in, first out. Yeah.
He's got LIFO accounting on
wardrobe style.
Yep. And this is the time Push the button. It'll be interesting this time to see how the tape turns out. We had freezes, we had tape breaks, we had all kinds of funny stuff. Episode 20 brought some excitement on there, but good stuff. We enjoy this, guys. Every week. It's fun to do. If you want to reach out to us, and we love hearing from you, off of social media, just directly, it's Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. Go ahead and do that.
We love them.
100%.
Criticize our accents.
100%. Got to get back to it. Got a few this week I should have got to. Friends just sharing old stories, but good. Thank you for that. We read everything we get. Where else can you find us?
Social media. Facebook is where our page is, where you probably picked up this link to the YouTube video, but you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're also on what's that thing?
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts. There you go.
That's right.
And now Spotify, man.
Spotify.
Look, it's like this is almost real.
I know, man. Spotify's good. I like Spotify.
Yeah. So somebody told me you can also put the video version on Spotify too.
We'll figure
I'll have to look into that.
Dude, you can take a door off of a refrigerator. You can put a video on Spotify.
It's got to be. Yeah, I'll get a YouTube video.
Just get one of our people to do it. Just give it to one of the many Dave and Juan staff.
That's right. My 13-year-old daughter, she'll figure it out.
Yeah, it would help. It would help. Anyway, guys, this is a blast. We have fun. It's way more fun when you're here, and we appreciate you being here.
That's right. And tell your friends.
Tell your friends, your neighbors, and
bring them along. We'll have a party.
Bring them on. It's just going to be a few families popping fireworks. No drinking. No drinking. That's right. Just like, all right, we got to get out of here. Hey, anyway, have a great week, everybody. We hope to see you next Monday at 7:00, 7:01.
So I think I dropped this one at 7:01. Just so I was trying to be a little rebellious. So we got it straight up at 7.
We hope to see you then. Love you, buddy. Bye.
Back at ya.